Welcome to Cineights, where you get to know the best movies and series. Today's video is about top 10 best crime movies of all time, ranked according to IMDb. I hope you enjoy this video. Be sure to watch until the end. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Scarface 1983. Al Pacino brilliantly portrays one of his most iconic characters, the murderous drug lord Tony Montana, in director Brian De Palma's award-winning classic, Scarface. Set in Miami, the film depicts Tony's perilous journey toward dominating the drug trade in the area, no matter the cost. His drug empire inevitably leads to a dangerous position of power, where Tony expects opposition and violence from all sides. Aside from Al Pacino's stunning performance that breathed life into the power-hungry character, the film is remembered for its horrible yet exhilarating depiction of the dark underbelly of the drug trade, through its gritty portrayal of Miami's drug scene and the rise and fall of its protagonist. Joker 2019. Director Todd Phillips' Joker is a highly divisive film that undeniably stands out within the superhero and crime genres. It tells the story of Arthur Fleck, a troubled comedian in Gotham City. The protagonist's life is full of feelings of loneliness, as he struggles with his mental health and fitting in. Eventually, the mistreatment becomes too much, and his fragile mental state deteriorates. Arthur transforms into the legendary titular criminal mastermind, which is a representation of his rage and pain from years of marginalization. Phoenix's tour de force performance as Arthur brings to life the Joker's controversial origin story, which attempts to make the villainous figure sympathetic. The gritty character study raises questions about institutions' roles in creating real-life villains like Arthur, but also sends a contentious message about the extent of individuals' responsibilities in functioning societies. Leon the Professional 1994. Natalie Portman, Jean Reno, and Gary Oldman star in the French crime action thriller, Leon the Professional. The film follows the story of a professional hitman, Leon, who hesitantly cares for a young girl, Matilda, after a group of corrupt DEA agents led by Norman Stansfield murders her entire family. An odd duo, Leon and Matilda bond over the young girl's desire for revenge, and the hitman teach her everything she needs to know. With stellar performances from the cast, action-packed sequences, and a wholly original and unconventional dynamic between its lead characters, it's not surprising that the crime film enjoys the reputation it still has today. Leon the Professional is a classic in the genre and is remembered for pushing the boundaries of character relationship complexities. The Departed 2006. The Departed focuses on the messy connection between two men, Billy Costigan and Colin Sullivan, who find themselves on opposing sides in the same crime syndicate. Set in the bustling streets of Boston, Martin Scorsese's crime thriller movie depicts Billy's experiences as an undercover cop infiltrating the gang, while Colin attempts to infiltrate the police department. To make things even more complicated, an investigation to expose the mole in the police department raises the pressure. As the two individuals navigate the complexities of their respective targets in one of the best investigation movies ever, it soon becomes clear that achieving their respective goals won't be easy. The Godfather 1972. The Godfather is a crime film that needs no introduction. Based on Mario Puzo's eponymous 1969 novel, the iconic movie is centered on the Sicilian clan headed by Vito Corleone. Aside from depicting the ruthlessness and perilous activities that are so common in the mafia, it also follows the initially reluctant youngster, Michael Corleone, and his rise to power. It wouldn't be an overstatement to say that Coppola's masterpiece reinvigorated the gangster genre, as The Godfather's unprecedented portrayal of psychologically complex characters shed new light on the inner workings of a mafia. The first movie is still the best of the trilogy and still holds up incredibly well today. Pulp Fiction 1994. Pulp Fiction is the wild crime film that made director Quentin Tarantino a household name. Set in Los Angeles, the movie is told from different perspectives and weaves together various stories of crime. The storylines include the retrieval of a mysterious suitcase for the gangster Marcellus Wallace, a twisted version of Bonnie and Clyde, A Night Gone Wrong with Mia Wallace, and more. Often considered Tarantino's masterpiece, the movie has an obviously original tone, atmosphere, and characters. It's a culturally significant work of art that continues to be parodied and referenced in different forms of media today. Goodfellas 1990. Director Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas is based on the true story of the mob associate Henry Hill. It chronicles his rise to power alongside his associates from 1955 to 1980, as well as the changes in their lifestyles, relationships, and tolerance for murder and other crimes. The gangster movie provides an intriguing fresh perspective on the genre, which shows the messiness of dealings between made men and the younger generation. Goodfellas gives viewers an idea of what kind of criminal activity and sacrifice is expected from people who choose to pursue a life in the mafia. Say 7N, 1995. Director David Fincher's Say 7N is a box office hit that revolves around an unusual string of murders and the two detectives who try to find the serial killer. The disillusioned detective William Somerset and arrogant David Mills have to work together to figure out who is using the 7 deadly sins as a motif or inspiration to stage gruesome scenes after heinous killings. Say 7N sets itself apart from other crime films with its superb writing and well-thought-out scenes. It can also be unbelievably unsettling, especially when audiences see the famous twist the bleak crime movie is known for. The infamous moment is still referenced in memes and other forms of media today. The Green Mile, 1999, the renowned classic from director Frank Darabont. The Green Mile follows warden supervisor Paul Edgecombe and a new inmate on death row, John Coffey. John has been accused of a heinous crime that led to the death of 2 young girls, but his supernatural gifts soon make Paul question whether he's really guilty. Those who have seen it know that The Green Mile is a heartbreaking movie that's too painful to watch again. It's impossible not to root for the kind-hearted and innocent John, who develops a genuine friendship with Paul. John changes everyone around him, and audiences are no exception. The crime element is woven into fantasy and drama, making it a truly absorbing film. City of God, 2002. City of God is a critically acclaimed epic crime movie that revolves around Rio de Janeiro's eponymous slum. Co-directed by Fernando Meirelles and Katia Lund, the film depicts criminal activity, poor living conditions, and constant violence in that area. A young and ambitious photographer who grew up there makes it his goal to document significant events and show the world what shouldn't be ignored. The terrifying and often jarring way the movie portrays the titular location will leave viewers shocked by how terrible the City of God really is. Its frantic pace doesn't allow for any breaks that are too drawn out, as there's always some new form of crime or brutality around the corner.